bases, like I said, is about reading, right? It's about reaction and exploding, right? Not just running fast. And we're going to address all those today. Now, if you're new to my Instagram, shout out to you. Thanks for coming by. My name is Coach Ronnie. I was a strength conditioning coach within professional baseball within the New York Mets organization for 12 years. Help athletes get stronger, faster, more athletic, and minimize injuries. All right, that's what I did at that time. I do the same thing here with you with a little twist. We also add the mindset here. Everything starts with the mind, yet it's often neglected unless the issue comes up. The person goes in a slump, person missing free throws, whatever the case may be. Then we worry about the mind, not here. Here we train the mind at the same time we train the body, all right? Creating a complete athlete. So that's what we do here. And the goal today, or the topic today, again, is base stealing for softball and both baseball, softball and baseball. Now stick around to the end. I want to talk to you about my community that I'm building right now, the Elite Athletes Unite community. All right. Again, that's a place we're going to develop complete athletes. So stick around to the end to learn about that, and stick around to the end to learn about your actionable activities. 2 things you can do right now to steal better bags. All right, let's dive in. So let's talk about reading the picture. I always have my notes over here. You see me glancing over. I put together notes the night before. So I'm reading the picture. Reaction science. The best space stealers do not just run, they react faster than everyone else, right? Check this out. So a study of sports science in 2017 showed elite baseball players anticipate motion 120 milliseconds faster than average players. I'm not sure how fast that is, but it's pretty darn quick. I think we can agree, right? It might not sound like much, but hey, like I said earlier, man, all it takes is pop, pop, that millisecond, and you're either walking back to the dugout or you got that bag, right? Or you have that bag. So it's super important. Going back to that stat here, it might sound like much, but also base stealing, that's the difference between safe and out, right? So when you're on base, you're studying the pitcher. You guys know this. You're studying the pitcher, right? How the shoulder angle, how the feet move, maybe something in their hips, some type of tip. You're looking for something that can give you that edge, right? It could be something that's how they adjust their hat. Shoot, I saw a highlight the other day where you guys might have saw this, where a baseball player in a college game stole home on the pitcher, but he kept looking like this before his delivery. He kept looking down. And that base runner eventually picked up on it, and he got him. Whoa, we got people rolling in. Let's check it out. Miguel's in the building. Sheldon Big Drums is in the building. Motivational groups in the building. And fitness triple ones in the building. Roberto's in the building. Michael's in the building. We got MMLW's in the building. Thanks for showing up, guys. Baseball and softball people, stick around. That's what we're talking about. We're talking about stealing bags today. We're talking about stealing bags. All right. So, like I said, gave you that example, right? It was the bottom of the ninth, I believe. There's a kid on third. The pitcher kept ducking his head. He got third, picked up on it. The minute that head went down, stole that base, game over. Stole home plate, game over, right? So you're always studying that pitcher, trying to get an edge, right? So now this is something you can do to work on that. You can set up a drill with a partner. He's acting like a pitcher. He's just going through the motion, right? You want to try to catch him off guard. You might do a slide step. You might delay your delivery. Give that runner something to pick up on, right? So it's natural to do during the game. High leg kick, low leg kick, whatever you can do. Give him something so he can practice anticipating that movement, all right? So that's a drill you can do right there to simulate the stealing, the act of stealing, and reading that picture at the same time. Again, get your partner out there, act like you're going through the motion, exaggerate some movements, high leg kick, twist, whatever, something he can pick up on and react, and you get that good jump, right? So come game time, it's all natural, right? So this is what I love talking about, that first step, right? Shoot, I forgot to start the clock. Dang it, y'all. I got to be out here at 15, and I go over sometimes, so I got to go by the clock up here. Start a little late, so we're going to make it happen, all right? All right, so I love talking about that first step. The first step is everything, right? So once you decide to go, you got to go. You got to be aggressive. That's the first thing. You got to be aggressive. You have to be confident. Here's another study for you. The Journal of Strength Conditioning Research found that athletes who train resistant acceleration drills, we talk about that all the time in speed. That could be a band. You can use a band for resistance. You can use a sled for resistance. Improve their first step power by 23% in just 6 weeks. All right. So that's a hack if I ever heard of one, right? You can improve your speed with a speed sled or speed band and using it in resistance form. So basically in resistance, the sled or the band's behind you, you're running with that sled or band. And we saw improvements up to 23% with that. So that's definitely something to consider, right? Now, that's when let's see what's going on here. What else did I have? That's when I train athletes. We focus on, oh yeah. Like I said, when I'm training these guys, that's a big part of the base stealing and just speed acceleration in general, because these are acceleration drills, the first part of the sprint. All right, when your body's in that forward pitch angle, like so, top velocity, you're running your top speed here. Acceleration, your body's at a 45 degree angle in relation to the ground, and your legs are pushing the ground back as you sprint. All right. So there's another thing you need to understand with the first step. You need to have an acute shin angle. So imagine this is my shin right here. If my shin is vertical to the ground, you're gonna pop straight up. I need my shin at that 45 degree angle that I mentioned before, 45 degree angle in relation to the ground. That's gonna propel you forward. All right. So understand that it's about your shin and your posture. Posture, shin, 45 degree angles, what you want. Avoid vertical posture. Avoid vertical shin angle. All right. So we got that. I didn't want to miss that at all. All right. So you don't have to be faster sprinter. You have to be the fastest sprinter on the team, right? You have to be efficient. You have to be smart. You have to understand proper mechanics all in one, right? So now here's another thing that's real big for me. Let me check to see how we got some new people rolling in here. All right. What up? What up? Who we got? We got we got Tanner in the building. What up, Tan? What up, Tan? Simon in the building. Half Pint Mommy in the building. Dylan White's in the building. Keep rolling in, y'all. Keep rolling in. All right. So we're talking about what I consider super important, the mindset. One thing I tell my athletes from day one when they're doing something like the 10-yard burst, what up, SPC? When they're doing a 10-yard burst, for example, right? I tell them, no one is faster than you for 10 yards. I always say it. I don't care if Usain Bolt's lining up right next to you. Funky Fingers, what up? I don't care if Usain Bolt is lined up next to you. You're going to get him for that 10 yards. He might smoke you for the 100, which is his thing, right? But you're going to get him for 10 yards in your mind. I want that same type of confidence, the same strong mindset when you're on the bases. All right. There's no catcher faster than me. There's no catcher better than me. That's the mindset we have to have, right? And to add to the mental side, visualize the success. Visualize yourself getting that good jump. Visualize yourself stealing on that catcher and that pitcher. Visualize yourself standing on that base confidently, tapping yourself on the chest, being that dog. All right. We have to have that mindset in line with our physical practices, right? What up, 12 Radish? What up? What up? We have to have that strong, confident mind as we have that strong, confident body that we built doing our different drills and everything. The two go hand in hand. Understand that, right? All right. So what I have my notes here: speed gets you there, but awareness keeps you safe. Keeps you safe on that bag, right? And here's a study for you: a frontier in psychology study in 2019 study found that athletes with strong situational awareness have 30 to 40% greater success rates in high pressure plays. So that goes back to what I said, that strong mindset, that confident mindset. You have to have that ability. I am that dog. I am a top base stealer. Nobody gets it done better than me. We have to have that type of mindset, right? Along with our physical preparation. All right. So I always leave you guys with 2 actionable activities. What's up, Cyclone? What's that? What's up, Cyclone? Thanks for stopping by. 12 Radish, I shouted you out. Funky, I shouted you out. Thanks for everybody for stopping by. So you're going to get 2 actionable activities. You stay to the very end. I have a couple more things for you as well. All right. So the picture read reaction drill, we talked about that earlier, right? This is your actionable activity drill you can do now. Get with your buddy, right? Get with your buddy, your teammate, whoever, And all you do is simulate the game, simulate the pitching process. You know, your buddy standing from you, you're standing in across from your buddy at the same angle a pitcher would stand from a base runner. Your buddy goes through the movement of the pitcher. Again, give him a high leg kick, exaggerate movements, give him something, give him a high leg kick, but do a drop step, a slide step at the same time. What you're doing there is giving him obvious reads, but also mixing things up a little bit to try to throw him off. All right, so you want obvious reads so he can have that confidence when it comes game time, but you also want to give him those sneaky reads. All right, so like I said, a slide step versus a high leg kick. All right, mix those two in, try to throw him off. You're improving his ability to read. You're also improving his confidence. All right, so we're going to call that the pitcher read reaction drill. Make that happen if you're not doing it already. All right, so first step power circuit. That's the next actionable activity thing you can do right now. All right, so you're going to work on split stance start. This is more of the physical aspect, more of the a strength training or speed training drill, right? You're going to do split stance starts. All right, split stance starts. So that's a forward start, right? Then you're going to do lateral bounds, because when a lateral bound is sort of like you're standing laterally, I'm facing you guys, and then I push as hard as I can and basically jump or bound, let's say in the right direction or opposite direction, all right? So you're standing, I'm squared up to you, so I'm going to push, I'm squared up to you, I'm going to push off my left leg as hard as I can and jump or bound to the right. All right. And explosive jump squats, just a regular jump squat. You can do that 10 times. Simple exercise, but we have to be explosive. We have to do something to be explosive to prep our nervous system when it comes game time to boom, be able to snap and go, right? So split stance starts. That's a split stance start. That's basically a regular start. We can do 5 each leg. All right. Split stance start. Then we can do our lateral bounds. We'll do 10 lateral bounds. We talked about that. 10 lateral bounds to the right, I mentioned, and then 10 lateral bounds back to the other direction. We have to push off of both sides equally, right? And an explosive jump squat, simple as it sounds, is 10 jump squats, all right? Rest about 30 seconds and complete about, you can do 2 sets, but purpose of we're building our ability to accelerate. We're building that power, that leg drive, and that base running explosiveness, all right? So those are 2 drills you can do consistently. Complete change, complete that, and you'll see the improvements. All right. So basically, I'm going to close you all out here. The science is clear. Base running success comes from combining reaction speed, power, and mindset. Correct. That's what we teach here. That's what we teach here. That's what I'm teaching you now. But that's also something you might learn in my Elite Athletes Unite community. All right. So I had a website with the same name, but hard to get around. But I don't know if y'all are familiar with the school app, super huge for building communities and educating folks. We took everything and moved over to the school app. So we're there now. And if you want to know more about building the strong mindset, being the complete athlete, physically and mentally prepared for anything on the field in life, just DM me Elite. DM me Elite. If you're interested in learning more about the Elite Athlete community, do that. Now, if you want to improve your stealing ability, I have 2 things for you. DM me video. I have 2 videos. If you're a baseball player, I'm going to show you a video I made that covers all aspects of stealing, right? So shoot me that steal if you want that. Same for softball. Just let me know if you're softball or, baseball. But if you're a softball player, same thing. DM me steal. I'll send you that video. Baseball player, DM me steal. I'll send you that video. All right. And that's about it. So to finalize, base stealing isn't just about speed. It's about reading. It's about reacting. It's about it's about your mindset, your approach. Who we have here? IRM Fitness is rolling in. Natalie Runs, Jackson Barge, Shanine, thanks for stopping by. Sierra, thanks for stopping by, y'all. I'm about to close it out, but I'm going to summarize real quick for you what we talked about. We talked about base stealing today, right? And the different components of it. There's a mental component. That's your mindset. That's your level of confidence. That's your ability to read. That's your ability. That's your focus. Read the pitcher, read the catcher. You're locked in, you're focused. You're visualizing success. You're self-talking success. That's the mental aspect of stealing. Physically, you have to have the right technique. Your first step is everything. Your first step is everything. All right. We talked about your proper posture. Your body's in an angle of a 45-degree angle. Your shin is the same way. Your shin is at a 45-degree angle, both in relation to the ground. What up, Carol? Caroline. What's up, Carolyn? Carolyn. What's up, Carolyn? So we have to have the proper posture. Your first step has to be aggressive, pushing into the ground, right? You have to have that confidence that I talked about. And we gave you a couple studies that validate how important the mindset is, to validate how important the first step is. Now it's up for you guys to take action. So that's all I have. Again, if you want the videos for how to steal for baseball players and softball players, DM me steal. If you want to know more about the only community that has a consistency coach. So we prepare you mentally, we prepare you physically. We're the only community, only group that's going to help you become consistent. Yes, we have a consistency coach. So if you want to know more about how to master consistency and eliminate or reduce procrastination, DM me Elite. DM me Elite to join our Elite Athletes Unite community. That's it. I'm checking out of here. You guys have a great week. Coach Ronnie, check it out. Peace.